Hello everyone and welcome back to another collector's discussion. Today we have Kaustic Plastik's new pre-order, which is the Horror of Dracula, Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. I'm really excited for this. This is probably my most anticipated figure so far this year. And yeah, there's a lot of good horror stuff coming out this year. We got obviously Kaustic Plastik, another figure from them, which is the Nosferatu, the 100th anniversary, I believe. We've also got Iconiq Studio, their Patrick Bateman, which I did previously. If you want to check it out, I'll link that in the description and in the end cards. But I'll end my rambling there and we'll get into the pictures now, because from what I saw, this looks pretty good. So, without any more rambling, if you guys do enjoy this, make sure you like and sub, and I'll pull the pictures up now. So we got the pictures here, and I know that there is multiple choices to choose upon with both separate figures, but for the sake of this video and for the sake of what I'm going to get, I'm just going to show the double plaque exclusive, which I think is the best version to get. So you get pretty much everything, including the additional head sculpts and the coffin, as we partially see here from Dracula. And this is one of the earlier teaser photos they showed a couple months back. I really like this. I love that we're getting different expressions with multiple choice head sculpts. That's something that has kind of left when it comes to 1/6 scale collecting, where Hot Toys used to give multiple options to choose, and it looks like we've pretty much lost that when it comes to head sculpts. I like that we're getting variant head sculpts with this double pack here. I know some people are a bit pissed off with the fact that you have to get this version to get everything, but that's the part of collecting collectible items, in my opinion, where if you want the best of the best, you have to go all in and get this version. I personally don't have a problem with this, because it's holding the value of an item and it's not going to be mass produced to hell like Hot Toys. I mean, Hot Toys have depleted in value. You're getting figures that are like 100, 200 Australian dollars on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. They've just completely lost their value. So I'm fine with a 200 limited edition that has everything thrown into it. I'm fine with that. And as you can see here already, you can see there's another head sculpt from Chris Lee's Dracula here. And you've got Peter Cushing here, which this one looks really good. I think both of the neutral head sculpts look fantastic. There's left to be desired for the more expression ones, but again, you've got that multiple choice where if you're not liking this one as much, you can change and switch out. But for the scene of the movie, this pretty much looks spot on. So you get a shitload of stuff here, which I'm sure I don't have to read it all out here. I can go through it with the photos. So that's another photo here. Yeah, you get the pimp coat from Van Helsing's pimp coat, which is pretty iconic in this movie. I don't know if we get that pink, purple, velvety suit. Maybe we do for swap outs. So this is another photo of Dracula in the coffin. Also a thing to point out with this version, this is the Horror of Dracula, so this is the first movie. Christopher Lee's Dracula in that movie didn't have the velvet red cape, similar to Bela Lugosi. That was later on in the franchise. I think Prince of Darkness is probably the more iconic look with the red pleat. But Trick or Treat Studios, if I remember correctly, done a Prince of Darkness version of Christopher Lee. In my opinion, I'm not the biggest fan of what Trick or Treat Studios have been doing recently. So I'm automatically going to go for this one. I already have. I've pre-ordered this already. I think the attention to detail and the love and craftsmanship is in this figure in comparison to the TOTS version. And that's my opinion. If you want the cheaper option, obviously TOTS is the way to go. And if you want that red velvet line cape, you got that version. But yeah, as you can see, this is pretty good. I love this. I don't know if you get this backdrop. That would be pretty expensive and pretty weight-wise to ship. So I don't know if that actually comes with this exclusive set. I know the Nosferatu had that doorway with the magnetized opening door and the magnetized floor. So maybe you come and get this included. I don't know. I haven't checked yet. I'm leaning towards no because I saw the behind the scenes photo. This is massive. I don't even know if you can fit this in a mochi case. So I'm leaning towards no, we're not getting that. But already here, that's the head sculpt I'm using with the blood dripping down the mouth. Similar to this pose, there's a promotional photo or poster photo of Christopher Lee similar in this pose with like a red toned film grain. I'll pop the photo up now. I love that photo of Christopher Lee in this movie, and that's probably the pose I'm going for. And it's really similar to this. And we get the coffin here, which is out of the two Draculas we've got. So Bela Lugosi's and this one, I think this coffin is probably the more iconic one. You get to see it more in this movie. And technically the Bela Lugosi version that Kaustic Plastik made is kind of an artist interpretation. I had a lot of bells and whistles that weren't accurate to the film, but I was fine for it. For what it was, I was fine with it. This is the more iconic one, and this looks more accurate to the film. So yeah, you get a bit of light, dark lit photos here. Yeah, this is really good. I'm contemplating... See, I don't know now. Should I have this in the Montage case displayed in this pose? Because this is the iconic end scene where the light ray is hitting Chris Lee's Dracula. Yeah, this is the only negative thing. Well, it's not even negative. It's more a personal thing where you're getting two figures here with multiple head sculpts and multiple accessories where I'm now lost of how to pose this when I get this. There's just so many good options with this, and that's probably more a compliment than a negative. Because you know you've nailed it when you've got multiple shit to pose with. So it looks like here we're getting different clothing for Van Helsing. To be fair though, that head sculpt should probably be on this. Okay, it is. Because this is the scene where he has that grimace look. But yeah, this looks really, really good. I have no real negatives so far. The tailoring is nice. I said this again with the Patrick Bateman. Suited figures are very plain, but when they're done right and tailored right to the body, they're perfect. And yeah, maybe this is done by G Wiz Customs, who did the Bela Lugosi Dracula. They're pretty much the top of the notch when it comes to clothing. They've been pretty popular in the custom world. Their Christopher Lee Superman replacement suit for the Hot Toys version is probably one of their best costuming. So maybe they've hopped on board again with this. So yeah, you get a good picture here of the neutral sculpt. And again, I love that we're getting different options with the head sculpt. The cape looks really, really nice. The fabric looks good. The tie here, the knot here is a bit puffy, but if I remember, the film had that look. But yeah, this also looks pretty awesome to display him like this too. That's what I mean. It's like, I already know some big dick guy with a lot of money is probably going to buy multiple versions to have all 3 head sculpts displayed on the both figures. There's no way I'm dropping that money for different versions. I'm getting the exclusive and that's it. But I already know some hardcore collector will get the different versions to display them, such as this head sculpt. I actually really like this. It is a bit of a odd expression, but it is from the movie, so I can't complain about it. And obviously we got the teeth, the fangs, which Bela Lugosi obviously didn't have. And then we got a photo here of the same sculpt in different lighting. Yeah, I don't see anything off of this. This looks like a younger Christopher Lee in the first Hammer horror of Dracula, pretty much. Yeah, the teeth look really, really good. Their Nosferatu had really good teeth sculpt and paint apps. Something that Hot Toys with their Pennywise kind of lacked. And I'm interested to see InArt. You know what, speaking of InArt and all these other companies, I feel that, for me personally, Kaustic Plastik, InArt, Iconiq Studios, I'm really more excited for what they have to offer in the next months, the next years, in comparison to Hot Toys. I've kind of packed a lot of Hot Toys and sold a lot, just because I don't really care about their products as much anymore. Especially when we're getting iconic, unique characters like this. Again, I would much rather this than another Stormtrooper variant or another reprinted Vader with shitty materials. You know, for me personally, I'm always going to go for this, and it's limited, so it's something that I'm going to gravitate to. So we've got a couple of photos here of the coffin, I believe. This is probably going to be that resin. It's probably not going to be fabric in the middle or inside. I'm fine with that. Whatever. So I know some people had a bit of an issue with it. I'm not fussed. I'm not going to have Dracula in that anyway. I might just have that in the set piece behind at the back of the Montage case. But yeah, other than that, I'm fine. I like the pearl white. It's fine. Then we got Van Helsing here. Another sculpt. So yeah, we get 3 of different sculpts on both figures, I think. Yeah, nothing to complain. I like this. This is not the version of suit I'm going to have for mine. I'm going to have that pimp coat with the cross. Pretty much the end of the movie. So we've got another one. We've got the stake and the hammer there, so that's a nice addition. Yeah, this is probably the way I'm gonna have mine displayed. Maybe not with the crucifix, but with that massive, I don't even know what they were, the bar or some shit. I'm gonna have it displayed with that. Yeah, this is really nice though. Like, the posability options are pretty insane. You got a lot of stuff to play around with here. Yeah, pretty much like this. This is the way I'm gonna have mine displayed with, I don't even know what these were. These were like candles, right? Or candle holders. But yeah, this is pretty much the way I'm gonna have mine with that fur coat. With that expression too, because that's the expression he has in that scene. But yeah, this is really, really good. So yeah, this is the 3 different head sculpts you get with Chris Lee's Dracula. Again, you got a lot of different variations here. They're not 2 of the same head sculpts. They're all... You can play around so much with all these. I think out of all of them, though, the neutral and the open mouth with the blood dripping are probably my favourite. This one's fine, but I think these two are the winners here. And yeah, this is awesome, this one. Oh, they also got like the jagged teeth pretty good here too. It's all misaligned. The blood effects look really, really nice too. The paint apps look pretty good as well. The hair, it's not rooted, it's sculpted. 100% fine with that. He had slicked back hair too, so sculpted's the way to go, especially with like shorter slicked back hair. I wouldn't want it rooted. Yeah, this is really, really nice. You got the bloodshot eyes too. And this is expected to release Q4 of this year, so you're not going to wait 3 years for a Pennywise like Hot Toys. So that's a pretty quick turnaround. So this is the exclusive edition. I just wanted to throw this up. So you're going to get this with the double pack as well, but you have an exclusive option without Van Helsing, I'm pretty sure. So you just get this without the coffin. But the reason I showed this is the arms. It looks like they're gone the Nosferatu route and it's magnetized. So it's all seamless, which, again, they're elevating even more. Kaustic Plastik have done a lot when it comes to this. They were the first guys, I'm pretty sure, that done the magnetic bases, and I have the Bela Lugosi right there. I think you can just see it. Eventually, I'm going to have him on the module cases behind me. I've had him on the graveyard style magnetic base, and it hasn't toppled over. So you're going to have the same thing with this, where it's going to be a good, sturdy magnetic base, but you have to have him planted on the magnets. And I feel that's what people have stumbled upon with the in-art Joker, where they're not familiar with how to use magnets, and they think just because if you have half of the magnet connected that it's going to just magically stand. It's not going to work like that, and I feel that's what a lot of people have had with the in-art Joker. I can only assume so far because I haven't got that in hand yet. I don't know where the hell mine is, but I must have been the unlucky one of that last batch. But yeah, other than that, I'm really, really excited for this. This is probably my most anticipated this year with the Nosferatu. And yeah, it's a weird turnaround that once upon a time Hot Toys were my most anticipated out of all the 1/6 scale lines, and yeah, it's so weird that so quickly they've become like the last on the list for me, where they've become pretty boring of a company in my opinion, where, you know, stuff just happens. They start getting on a hype train and they see what sells the most, which is Disney products, but in the long run they've abandoned really, really other cool IPs, and I'm glad that other companies are picking up what Hot Toys are lacking on. And the wishful thinking for me is a Freddy Krueger from either part 1, 2 or 3. And I would really love for Kaustic Plastik to hop on and grab that if they're able to grab that license. Maybe Tots will as well, and we'll have to wait to see for that. But wishful thinking aside, just speaking on this double pack alone, yeah, this is probably going to be my most anticipated and my favourite for this year. And yeah, I'm pretty much excited to see how this comes. And that's pretty much it for today. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure you like and sub, and I'll see you in the next one.